Once upon a time, there was a family of four, the parents and their two children. They lived in a beautiful house and had everything they needed, or so they thought. But one day, the parents started to argue more frequently, and their arguments grew louder and more intense. The children didn't understand what was happening, but they could feel the tension in the air. They tried to ignore it and carry on with their lives, but it was impossible to ignore the fact that their family was falling apart. As time went on, the arguments became more frequent, and the parents started to spend more time apart. They stopped communicating with each other, and the children felt like they were living in a house with strangers. One day, the parents announced that they were getting a divorce. The children were devastated, and they couldn't understand why their family had to be torn apart. They blamed themselves for their parents' problems and wondered if they could have done something to prevent the divorce. After the divorce, the family was split up. The children went to live with their mother, and the father moved out of the house. The children struggled to adjust to their new lives, and they missed their father terribly. Over time, the children learned to cope with their new reality. They found comfort in each other and tried to support their mother as best they could. But they could never forget the pain of their broken family, and they wished every day that things could be different. As the years went by, the children grew up and started their own families. They vowed never to let their own families suffer the same fate as their parents. They worked hard to maintain strong relationships with their spouses and children, and they made sure to communicate openly and honestly with each other. The moral value of this story is that communication is essential to maintaining strong relationships. When communication breaks down, relationships suffer, and families can be torn apart. It's important to talk to each other openly and honestly, to express your feelings and listen to the feelings of others. If you're struggling in your relationship, it's important to seek help and work through your problems together. And if you do experience a broken family, it's important to remember that you're not alone, and there's always hope for a better future. Thank you for watching. And stay alive.